what they call me. Promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fan.
What's up guys, Steve here from Warrior Planet Tanks, and in today's video I'm going to go over some progress with the simulation Blackwater tank rainy season edition. I'm going to talk about how some of the plants are coming along, and also I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of the progress and what you could expect if you choose to do this experiment in your home. This one's going to be good. Sit tight guys, be with you in a second. So here we are, back in the Amazon. So I'm looking at this tank and I just want to go over real quickly some of the progress, some things that I'm excited about, and some things that I expected to happen. So just real quick, get a glimpse of it real quickly, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into this. So looking at the plants, you're seeing the transformation from immersed to immersed growth. And if you guys notice, when I say seeing, you guys can actually see inside this tank. Everything has stabilized. The stain has taken in perfectly. It's giving me the look I want. It is not as dark as it was when it was first applied. And you can see that the botanicals are starting to decompose, and it's gonna be ready for another one here pretty soon, a refreshing of those botanicals. Some of the more delicate deciduous leaves that I chose to use actually have served their purpose, and they have expired rather quickly, and that's okay. That was anticipated. So going back to this one, this Echinodorus blairi, Amazon sword, it's showing a lot, and I alluded to it the other night. I'm not trimming anything in this tank. Ideally, what you would like to do is, when you first start seeing signs of the transformation from immersed growth to immersed growth, you're going to want to go ahead and trim off those leaves. As you can see, some of the older immersed leaves are showing signs of yellowing, which means that the plant is drawing energy from those leaves because they no longer serve a functional purpose, and they're redistributing that energy back into the immersed leaves, all towards the goal of the survival of the plant in a new environment. So if you can look at this blairi sword here, you can see that the immersed leaves are a dark, vibrant green. There's actually one that's growing behind a couple pieces of that manzanita wood, which I think is really cool, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And I'm just gonna let these leaves transform, get as big as possible, and I'm just gonna let these older leaves go ahead and melt away. The same thing's going on with this little guy here in the corner. I mean, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing, but to me, it makes me extremely excited because it's science, and I get to see the process actually happen as it would if it was in nature. Once again, like I'm saying, I'm doing a simulation of nature, so I'm trying to be as hands-off with this aquarium as possible, with the exception of my chemical regimen, which I will get into that here shortly. You hear my dog back there having a dream, snoring. So this tiger lotus has completely taken off. Once a day, I use my turkey baster tool, and I have to shoot some of the detritus off the leaves. And when you're running botanicals, you need to understand that it is a lot of organic matter that you're introducing into the tank. So when that detritus, when the leaves decompose, it's gonna give you a layer of mold, M-U-L-M, and detritus. And with the flow that I have in this aquarium, it does sometimes get agitated and dispersed into the water column, and it'll settle on your hardscape and the leaves of your plants. So I don't want that to sit on the leaves because it does cause rot, decomposition. There's a perfect example of that on this leaf right here, of this Nymphaea zincari, and I want to remove that. So After I shoot this video, I'm gonna remove that, but I left that there purposefully to give you guys an example of what you can look for. So moving along, there's the tiger lotus. The fish are doing well. And we're coming down to another sword. This one's a melon, and it's a red melon. So let me zoom in on it just a tiny bit. So you can see those newer, red, beautiful, beautiful leaves. And you can see the older, immersed leaves. Once again, same thing's happening. The energy's being drawn from those older leaves because they no longer serve a functional purpose to facilitate the survival of that plant, and they're redistributing that energy over to the newer immersed leaves. And that's what it looks like. So don't get discouraged if you choose to do this and think your plants are dying. Blackwater or not, just even regular plants. Sometimes you're gonna end up getting immersed grown plants, especially swords. I mean, a lot of the farms are growing them out of water quite a bit. I mean, if you can find a reputable place to get already plants that are already flipped, that's probably your best way to go. But don't get discouraged and think that you're doing something wrong if you start to see this. Now, on immersed leaves, obviously, if those would be signs of some kind of deficiency and you would want to address that. But on your older immersed leaves, it's nothing to worry about really. And if you want to, you can just simply remove them, and that'll help facilitate the growth of the plants a lot faster. So the same thing's going on with these melon swords, but what I really wanted to highlight is this pocket right here. Let me zoom in on that also. Y'all see that? This is a red flame, and that bad boy is just about completely 100% flipped. In fact, I think it is already flipped. I don't see any older immersed leaves on it anymore. It's tucked in nicely amongst those river stones. And I like the river stones. They give it a cool look, indicative of a washed out gravel bed, which is what I'm trying to emulate. Marginal area, rainy season during the flooded stage. So there you have it right there. Same thing, this blary in the back is pretty much all just about flipped. So now it's gonna be time for the dosing, and I went ahead and started doing that. So when I was talking about adding these botanicals, I was saying that it does affect the ion exchange rate and capabilities in your water. So I'm watching my KH. I tested my KH last night, and I think it's sitting at around 40, which is low. And that's because this tannic water has a buffering capacity. So my CO2 saturation right now is not as optimal as I would like it to be, which means that I have to supplement. Now I have been on the fence about bringing in a CO2 unit. Different reasons, but I think that's what I'm leaning towards. In the meantime, what I'm using is the CChem line of products because I like them. They're readily available for most people that don't necessarily want to use the internet or want to be able to go out and find it. Most of your smaller pet stores carry them, and I'm not sure, but I could have swore some of the big box stores may carry CChem stuff as well. But so right now what I'm doing is I'm using a liquid carbon additive, CChem Excel, the Flourish, and all it is bioavailable carbon. So I'm in essence dosing liquid CO2 with a few other trace minerals. Okay, I'm doing my solid 3, so I'm doing my NPK ratio manually. So I'm doing phosphorus, I'm out of potassium, I have to get some more. I'm doing iron supplements, which is going to help combat a lot of that yellowing. And I'm also doing Trace, which is another good one. It has all of your micronutrients. The big three is your macro, and of course one of the most important macro that I think for plants is your nitrogen. This is the Aqua Vitro line of Seachem products. I like to use them both. So that's pretty much it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I'm trying to get into this football game. Houston Texans playing Baltimore right now. Just wanted to give a quick update. All the fish seem to be taking in really well. My angels love it. Look how awesome that looks when I'm swimming in the wood. I got National Geographic in my house, y'all. It's dope. I might be able to cut off my cable. It's a really cool project. As you can see, I added some more lights. That's why y'all can see in here. I did add some spotlight style lights, 2 in the front, to kind of help facilitate that growth a little bit more. I'm gonna do another refreshing of the leaf litter, which is gonna boost the tannins a little bit more, and see if we can't, these guys look like they're trying to spawn. I just did a cold water change. So yeah, they'll drop and probably get eaten immediately, the eggs. No big deal. If you can see them back there, getting it in. I'm gonna add another leaf litter refresher. Gonna add the tannins again. And I'm gonna keep experimenting with this, the buffalo abilities of this tannin water to see how it really affects the plant growth. I'm gonna keep playing with it and see what we got. First 2 rounds with a less heavy load of tannins did pretty well. I gotta say, plants grew in absolutely perfectly. They did great. This heavier tannin load, I wanna see what that does. So we're gonna keep on trucking. And I thought I got all the Salvinia out of here. Hey, love will find a way. So I got 2 little stragglers in there, if you will. So those bad boys are gonna plop out. I'm gonna take those out because I'm not doing that again. I mean, they replicate rather quickly. And we're gonna see what this one does. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, leave comments and feedback and questions. I try to get to all the comments as soon as possible. Check me out on Facebook and my Facebook group, Warrior Planet Tanks at Facebook. Also, if you can, follow me on Instagram. That's where you're gonna see a lot of the behind the scenes shenanigans and pictures and footage of stuff that I normally don't post on Warrior Planet Tanks here on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Have a great week and keep tanking. Steve from Warrior Planet Tanks. I'm out.
Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you never be lonely. Peter Pan.